Alright, so before I get into this video, I want to make something clear, and that is with Naruto. I'm only going to go over whatever happened in Naruto before the time skip, since that's somewhat fair on the side of Boruto since it hasn't had its time skip yet. Also, before you get your pubes in a bunch for even questioning about this, let me say that, well actually no, watch the video and you will know what I think. You can always leave a comment saying I'm wrong, or don't even watch the entire video. That's good with me. You can leave a dislike, but that just means I got you to react. Well, enjoy the video. Okay, so while I was taking a massive doink, I was thinking about whether or not Boruto was any better than Naruto. I was crazy to even think that, right? No way Minato's grandson was better than Boruto's dad. Like, impossible. But then, if you actually go over what arcs each series had before the time skip, it would actually make you rethink that, and essentially get you to be sitting in your bathroom for an hour while your family thinks you're doing something else. If you go over what's in the first arc of Boruto, it's the Chunin exams. And honestly, the Chunin exams itself sucked hairy balls in comparison to the Naruto one. But what took place after the Chunin exam was when Konoha was attacked. I could say that the fight between Momoshiki, Naruto, and Sasuke was a lot better than the third Hokage and Orochimaru, because think about it, Orochimaru had his sword inside the third Hokage for the entirety of the anime. Also, that sounded very wrong and I apologize. Or maybe that just sounded dirty in my head only. Yeah, I'm weird like that. I was more hyped for that fight, and honestly, it was better than the Orochimaru versus third Hokage, but also RIP third Hokage. Then comes the Mujina Bandits arc, which I can confidently say that is the worst canon arc out of Naruto and Boruto, but doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. You know, it's like milk. It's past 2 days of its expiration date, but it still tastes pretty good, but it's also not the best feeling ever you could get with milk. Did I ever say that I like milk? I'd say it's pretty top tier drink. Then comes the Ao arc, which is the same dude who supposedly died with Shikamaru and Ino's dad, but didn't, and now how on this earth survived, that is beyond me, because that was a whole ass atomic bomb. The fact that this one-eyed cunt survived dumbfounded me. It's also an arc that's right before the Kawaki arc, which is how we get introduced to him. It's a good lead up to that point, but it's also not any good in comparison to any of the Naruto arcs, which in my opinion I think it's a bit better than the Mujina arc, but that's all for that. Now comes the Kawaki arc, which has been really good and surprised me on how well it's been doing, because I've enjoyed every fight that has happened in this arc, and it's literally the most character development Boruto got. Though it has been going on for a while now. It's been going on for like, I don't know, 2 years or so. And it's a monthly release, so it makes sense on why it's been taking so long. But if you were to compare it to Naruto, I could easily say it's the best arc out of all the arcs before they time skip in Naruto. Like, the stuff they do is so much more on a higher level and is able to deliver pretty well. Now yes, I mean, Naruto hadn't established anything before that, but with Boruto they had Naruto and Sasuke in it, where they were a lot stronger, and then they had all the Otsutsuki stuff. But if we're just going by arc stuff, I guess, and not thinking about what happened before that, it's better. Honestly, there's this whole thing about hating on Boruto. I do think people hate on Boruto just because it's Boruto. Like, you can go to any comment section on any Boruto video, and there will be, or even Naruto video, there will be always one comment saying Boruto's trash. Now, yeah, I do think that has to do a lot with the anime, since it has a shit ton of fillers from the beginning, and most of them don't even read the manga, so they don't understand how good of a series Boruto is. I think the problem really started when they decided to make Boruto a monthly release, because that made it much harder for the anime, since they would need to make a massive gap in between the anime and manga, which is precisely why they are getting the manga they're getting up to the manga chapters right now. I do think if Boruto was doing only manga adaptations for the anime, people wouldn't be shitting on it as much as they are right now. Also, we would have to wait for the time skip to happen in Boruto to see whether or not if those arcs will do any better in comparison to the Naruto arcs after the time skip, because we never know on whether or not there will be any better or worse, and there's a lot of time before we can decide on that, since they haven't really hit the time skip yet. If you get up to the point of the time skip scene of Boruto and Kawaki, I do feel like that is somewhat of a pain arc. Like, not as in it's better or it's like worse. I do think it will be something that's on the same level because of what happens, and you see like Konoha destroyed and all that. But I do think it's not going to be the final arc, and that this is going to be something bigger than that. I do think on whether or not they will do a 5th Ninja War, I'm not sure on that part. It might be repetitive, but I also wouldn't mind it because it would be great to see how that would go. But I hope they don't make it as long as they did with the 4th war. Now, I do think Boruto is a bit behind on Naruto in terms of what the arcs have to offer. If they hadn't done the Kawaki arc, then it would have not even been in my fucking radar, for sure. So yeah, in general, the whole Boruto story itself I'd say is a bit behind on what Naruto had to offer. Alright, that's all for today. Thanks for watching this video, which is essentially no one, and have a good day.